When is it time to move my loved one in? When is it time to make that move from home to a facility for memory care? What I always tell them is when safety is an issue, then it's time. If they are driving their car and getting lost, if they can turn on the stove and not remember how to turn it off, those are all safety issues. And that's the number one thing that you have to look for is their safety. Wandering is the same thing, safety, because they can wander off. We're in the country and they can wander off down the country roads, get lost, and then we're doing silver alerts. Activities, why are activities so important? We have a very structured day from the time they get up in the morning with their meal times and activities. We keep them very busy throughout the day. So that way in the evening there is no sundowning, and they do sleep all night. So it's proven that with our activities, hydration, our toileting program, all of that helps with their sleeping habits, their activities during the day. It all coincides with one another. Diagnosis is not the end of life. There's a lot of life left after a diagnosis with dementia and Alzheimer's. We do give them the best quality of life, and that's our goal. We want them to be the happiest when they're here and live every day with the best quality of life for themselves. So each individual will have different lifestyles, they had different professions, and with this disease they will have different behaviors, and we have to peel the layers back to find out what makes them tick. If we've had a doctor and he's not practicing anymore, why not give him a chart of a resident that we've put together and ask him to give us a diagnosis? And we've done that before, and we've gotten the same diagnosis every day. So it's still there. They still have it. Correct. We have lots of teachers, lots of lawyers, and they all want to tell you what to do. So it's very cute to have them. You always want to give them the instructions or have them in charge, and they love it. We have some that want to set the table every day. We let them set the table every day. We want them to be engaged. We want them to help fold clothes or whatever activity it may be. It's helping them. It's range of motion. It's them thinking. It's them remembering that they've done it their whole life. Gives them a purpose in life. Gives them a purpose to be here every day. You'd be surprised in what you can do to have somebody that's sitting doing nothing and tell them, we're going to go read a book. Will you read the book for us? And it's that purpose that you're giving them. And it changes their whole world. It changes the day. It completely changes the day. Another question is, will I ever have to move my mom out of here? And in the state of Texas, we can actually age in place. As the disease progresses, they can actually stay here till end of life. We bring hospice on board when it's time, and with hospice on board, they can age in place. And that's very comforting to the families because the residents and families know our staff, know how we operate. They never have to change a room. The families can actually stay here with them if they need to, but we make them as comfortable as possible and the family, and give them the best quality of life till the end of life.